Full eyes, clear heart, can't lose. Those 6 words mean a great deal to a number of kids playing college football, long before the glitz and glamour of the cameras took over. A phrase coined by the movie buffs in the critically acclaimed drama Friday Night Lights, it serves as a reminder to the hundreds of thousands of young men who are out there playing the game of football. To play with clear eyes is to play with a good attitude, removed from negative distractions. To play with full hearts means to give a complete effort and put your heart into each game. It ends with can't lose because with a good attitude and a full effort, you have already won. It is with great decadence and exuberance that I announce the launching of the Full Eyes, Clear Heart, Can't Lose mobile app. Texas high school football is the heart that represents the lifeblood of the sport throughout America. Millions of children grew up watching Friday Night Lights on television, making the dream portrayed in the show can become or is reality. There is only one arena in which these stories and plots can play out the way they did, and that's on the screen in front of the living room couch. With the growth and popularity of football at an all-time high, 1,134,377 boys played high school football during the 2010-2011 school year. There was also nearly 6,000 girls who played tackle or flag football. The next highest participation number of boys was outdoor track and field with close to 600,000. Football continues to be the only sport with 1 million boys participating, which has been the case for the last decade. Also, for the 12th consecutive year, the number of boys playing football in the U.S. has grown from the previous year's total. Football is king, and not one sport comes close to matching its popularity in terms of spectators, players, and fandom interest. With all this growth, it's no wonder why football in Texas has taken on an added level of importance. As Texas high school football coach Bill Shipley put it, if you grew up in Texas as a kid like I did, it's preached in your household around the table from the time you know what's going on. He continued, it's ingrained in our kids when people read the obituary column of the local paper to see if a season ticket holder has passed away. You know you're talking about a serious football addiction. On any given week, there are close to 600 high school games played across the Lone Star State involving nearly 40,000 players and 100,000 if you count the non-varsity game. In a state where everything seems oversized, mythicized, and romanticized, high school football bestows a tradition on a town that it doesn't have to share with any other place. It's as personal as it gets. The tradition has crossed so many generations and so many towns throughout the country that it seems to be part of the collective memory in the surrounding hills. And that's what I give to you in the new app, Clear Eyes, Full Heart, Can't Lose. This mobile app will be available for anyone with an appreciation towards the sport in their respective towns, cities, schools, and or players. I want to open doors for students, parents, teachers, faculty, family, and friends to take, send, and develop pictures and videos that can be distributed through a social platform. Each high school and college team in America is entitled to their own account, and they can set a number of points each. They have a set number of points each week for postings. Each team is allotted 10 points with picture and word uploads, counting for 1 point each, and video postings being worth 5 each. This defends against an overload from the bigger schools in Texas and creates an even platform so smaller towns have a chance to develop. Now, what will these teams be sharing? People want to see tradition. Doesn't matter how big the program, coaches are looking to better the program, kids are looking to find ways to make the sport more fun, parents instill in their kids a sense of pride in their school, and fans want to relive these glorious moments before, after, or during a game that can make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Look around the country and you'll find Navy's Bill the Goat. Navy has had a live goat at its games ever since 1893. 33 goats have handled the role over the years with multiple kidnappings from rival schools, but he's always returned safely in time for Saturday's game. You'll also find Florida State's Sod Cemetery. Since 1962, the Seminoles have always made sure to bring back pieces of their opponent's turf to be buried in the cemetery. The Sod games are any game on the schedule that Florida State would be competing as the underdog. And finally, one of my favorites, the University of Penn. Their fans throw toast onto the field after the end of the third quarter. The tradition started in the 1970s when alcohol was banned from the stadium. The fans now use it as a way to, quote-unquote, toast the team. I'm here to create a platform where anyone can post viral hits to the app to spark up interest in the sport. Players in Arizona can see what kids in New England are doing for their homecoming, and parents from South Carolina can get ideas on the inherent traditions in North Dakota. I want to take advantage of the inherent role football is playing in society and develop a constant stream of images, videos, and words back and forth so the game can not only grow inside Texas but around the country. This model will be developed throughout the remainder of this year and into the summer so it can be ready for launch as soon as training camps open in early August 2014. The messaging systems will be deployed to the head coaches of high school and college programs throughout the nation with username and password protection. They can choose to disseminate the information to whoever they please, but will be inclined to do so as the teams that gain the most likes will receive a prize at the end of each week. There will be separate categories for high school and college teams, and those registered users can only vote on programs that are out of state to protect against in-state voting. There are so many stories to tell. In 10 years from now, I hope to see the game continue to grow in ways we've never seen before. Parents and administrators may be more inclined to withhold their children from competing in such violent sport as new safety information continues to hit the public. There are several stats showing a declined number of participants playing football at an early age, the biggest of which is the Sporting Goods Manufacturers Association found an 11% decline in tackle football's core, quote-unquote, participation in the past 3 years. Now the safety concerns are serious and worth looking into for any concerned parent. Each should make their own decisions based on their own personal beliefs, and neither this app nor anyone in our administration will look to steer a parent away from choosing to withhold their kid from playing it for any reason. The goal of our app is to simply highlight the joys and lighter side of a sport in which the country has adopted as its favorite. This app is not only meant for coaches and players, but fans and townspeople alike. Tradition and a sense of passion can come from any source, and we only want to highlight these points and bring people together. Creating avenues for small towns and big cities alike to connect on a personal basis through their love for football will allow for the country and sport to blossom.